In this episode, we remove the carburetors, clean them twice, and start the bike to find out we have a misfire. Hey, how's it going everybody? If you've seen my previous video, you know that we got our Yamaha YZF600 running last time, but it wasn't running right. And it was obvious that it has some issues. So as I explained last time, I'm gonna be pulling the carbs off, strip them, clean them, and put them back on, and hopefully that fixes the problem. So I'm gonna skip talking and go straight to work. Okay guys, I just pulled the carbs off the intake boots, and now I only need to disconnect the throttle cables and take the carbs off. Yeah, as you can see, carbs are not looking that bad at all. Pretty clean for the age. And I'm just gonna open up the bowls, inspect and clean the floats and jets, and then put them back together. Let's take the first bowl off. Yep, there is some residue inside, but not that bad really. Float is doing what it should do. Even the spring action works as it should, I think. And I should say the same about this side, actually even cleaner. The rubber diaphragm, the spring, the needle are not looking bad at all. Actually much cleaner than I expected. So I don't think I need to open all of them. They should be the same. Okay, now that everything is clean, I'm just gonna reinstall the carbs on the bike. Well, as you just saw, after all that work that we did on the carbs and putting them back together, this time even bike doesn't run at all. I'm not exactly sure what the problem is. It's obvious that the bike has spark, compression, air gets in there, and the only thing that is missing is the fuel. It's the next day. After doing some more research, now I'm pretty sure that the problem is the gas. I'm kind of sure that I must have missed something during my car cleaning. So unfortunately, as hard as it is, I have to do it one more time. I won't bother you guys too much with the video, so I'm gonna do it quickly, but I'll take the carbs out one more time, and this time I'm gonna pay more attention, clean everything, and do it right. So hopefully by the end of this video, we can start the bike up again. Stay with me. Well, this is one of the things that I didn't do last time. There are lots of little passages on each side of this carb, and I did not clean them. So this time I'm just gonna push compressed air through all of them and make sure they are all open and clean. You can see these passages on all four sides of this carb, and they are important. So let's clean them up. All right, just like you saw, carbs are clean, at least this time I did it right, I think, and they are back on the bike. Just to eliminate another possibility of the tank not getting fuel to the carbs, I'm not gonna put the bike's tank on it, and I'm just gonna use this auxiliary tank that you can see, and fuel is gonna get to the carbs through this line. Hopefully this time we can get some action. Just a couple puffs of starting fluid just to help out. As you could probably tell by the sound of the engine, it doesn't seem like all cylinders are firing. I just want to do another compression test. I'm just loosening the bolts to pull the radiator a little bit off the engine so I can do the test properly. I'm only doing this test on one cylinder that I suspect not firing. Yep. It's got great compression actually. Alright guys, you just saw that we were able to get the bike running. I'm really happy about that, even though it seems like it's not exactly running on all 4 cylinders. I'm not 100% sure, but it feels like that we're missing one cylinder. Just to be sure, I did the compression tests one more time and we're good on that. And at this point, I'm like 100% sure that our carbs are clean, we have fuel. The only other thing that I can think of would be our spark plugs. I did not replace them, but to eliminate that issue, I'm gonna order some plugs and replace them in the next episode. Also, as you just saw, I was using an auxiliary tank for my fuel. It seems like that we don't get fuel out of the tank. So I have to do something about that. Probably double check the pump and the automatic pitcock that is actually known as a failure point on these bikes. But in the meantime that I'm gonna be waiting for the parts to be delivered, I'll work on the brakes because the brakes on the bike are totally toast right now. So in the next video on this bike, I'll go through the brake systems, both front and rear. I'll pull the calipers, clean them off, all the pistons and everything, and put them back together. So when we get the bike running right in the following episode, we can go out and ride it. Then this will be it for this episode, and I'll see you guys in the next one.